This is Roy Cannaday from Epic Gaming Night, and this is my wife, Heather.
Hello.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Shopping Time. Shopping Time is a price-guessing drafting game for 2 to 8 players. At the start of the game, you'll put a restock button in between each player where you can set the cards you've already drafted from so the next player will know that they're ready to be drafted from next. Each player will choose one of the 8 different playable characters and then open up the game's free application. From here, you will start a new game by pressing the play button. Each player can choose their character, choose the name for the character and the nickname. The application will do all of the bookkeeping as far as keeping score in between rounds and knowing the prices of the different items as you scan them into the app. You can choose a couple extra play modes where you can bet on which player will win the round, or a strategy mode where it's not as much quick thinking as it is trying to properly deduce the prices of each item. The app basically explains exactly how to play the game in the standard play mode. It tells you how many cards to draw and what coupons to use with the number of players currently playing. At the start of each round, you'll be giving a price. You want to draft at least 3 cards that get as close to but do not exceed that price. Each player will be dealt their 7 cards from the deck, and then you will choose one of those 7 cards to add to your hand, and the rest you pass, setting it beside the restock button. These cards will not only be a specific item, but have a specific date, and you have to try to figure out what that item was worth at that time frame. Then you'll pick up the past stack of cards, selecting another one from those, and then passing the rest on. Players continue to draft and pass until you get a hand of more than 3 cards that you think is as close to that target price without going over. And then you turn over your player marker to the closed side and grab the highest value coupon that you can use if you think you might be a tiny bit over. There are a ton of different cards in Shopping Time, and the fact that you always have to have a minimum of 3 cards make it really hard to determine exactly which card was the high card that might have thrown you over each round, and tons of replayability with all these different cards with lots of different dates. After all the players are done drafting in real time, then you will take turns scanning in all of your drafted items for your character. The game uses QR codes on all of the item cards that allow you to quickly scan through and total up all of your items as if you were checking out at a supermarket. As you check out the different items, they pop up on the screen. You can also scan in the coupon that you grab at the end to reduce your total. After all players have scanned in their item, the application will secretly total up each player's basket and then will display the totals of each player, showing who had gotten closest will be in first place, and if you go over, you'll be out of the running for the round. It'll take points based on your position, and then you'll play several rounds, and the player with the highest score at the end of the predetermined number of rounds will be declared the overall winner. Shopping Time is a fast-paced game of price guessing with an application that will bring the supermarket feel to your game night. Well, that's Shopping Time. Definitely an interesting game where you're trying to deduce the different prices. What do you think of Shopping Time?
I like it. I like the app part of it the most, probably.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about the application? I know it's kind of interesting. It gives it that whole like supermarket feel as you're scanning through the different items. Do you think it's like too gimmicky, or do you just really enjoy what it brings to the game?
I enjoy it. I like the theme of it. I like that it makes little noises like you're checking out. I think that it's cool because you can update it and change the strategy of the game, change the prices so that you can never memorize the exact same price on something.
Yeah, you have to have at least 3 cards each time when you do it, so you can never like know exactly the price of a specific card because none of the cards have the prices on it. They just have all QR codes, and you just scan them through, and it just scans real easy and makes a like satisfying beeping noise. Mm. It's kind of funny because we were playing with our sister-in-law or whatever, her brother's wife, and we're like doing it, and we're like, oh, check it out, it's like the beeping and it's so fun, and she's like, it's not that big of a deal, I do it every day, because she's actually a cashier in real life, so I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, it plays a whole lot of players, like a quick family party game.
What I really like about the game also is that it's really easy to teach. So it doesn't take a long time to sit down and learn it. And it's a good party game to kind of get things started.
Yeah, the application basically just tells you exactly how to play the game right when you set it up. And there's several different modes, like with the whole strategy mode of like trying to like pass to gain coupons earlier, and you can use coupons to like add discounts if you think you went over the price, because it's always like trying to not go over that price, very much like Price is Right-ish. So
yes, I like that. It's kind of like the Price is Right. I like that the cards have kind of items that have the year put on them, so you have to guess what the price was in that year. So things like there was one here that was like the dictionary from 1961.
Yeah.
That would probably be expensive in 1961. So it's kind of cool to use that logic to kind of come up with.
You have to try to come up with inflation and like how much things were back then compared to how much they are now. It's definitely very interesting, the whole thing. And I think the app brings it all together, which is pretty exciting as well. So who do you think this game would be good for?
Good for family members who aren't used to gaming. Probably would be the best answer. It's something easy and quick and not complicated. It's not threatening. It's good for first-time gamers. It's kind of a good gateway game.
Yeah, I feel like it would be good in that filler category if you're waiting for someone to play. And it also plays all the way up to 8 players, which I think is pretty exciting because you can play it in a big like party group setting, and everybody gets to have fun just grabbing the phone and just scanning through all the different things real quick. And it, for being like an application and stuff, you would be like concerned on whether like how well is it going to scan, but it scans like really easy and really quick. You just line up all your cards and just like doot 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 doot, and it just makes it a lot of fun. So would you recommend people checking out Shopping Time?
I would.
Awesome. So make sure to check out Shopping Time from Daryl Andrews and Mercury Games.
So much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.